expressed on the following sponsored program are strictly those of the host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of the station, its staff, management, or sponsors. Welcome to the Ask the Expert Show with local experts in the fields of legal, health, financial, and home improvement. Enjoy being educated in such topics as personal injury law, community association law, family law, bankruptcy law, along with health show topics like pain management, men's health, and dental implants. Now, sit back and enjoy today's Ask the Experts with host Steve-O.
Hey, good afternoon. This is show number 19,463. If you believe that, I would go see a doctor. Anyway, this is the Ask the Expert show. And, you know, we get so many emails from our listeners saying, how come you don't do a show like this? How come you don't do a show like this? Well, the reason why is we're pretty booked up. But we got an opening, and we looked at your emails, and we have had so many requests to do a show on titles. And I'm not talking about Mr. or Mrs. So, first of all, we have to find the great expert, which we did. The name of this company is Supreme Title and Escrow, and we have the president of the company, great Jewish name, Givanni Nicosia. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good morning's easier.
Good afternoon, Steve.
Thanks
you
for
doing?
having
me on. Great. How you doing?
I just told him, I said the show is going to go fast, but you're an expert in this. Tell us about your company.
Okay. Well, basically, I've been a real estate attorney in South Florida for 22 years. My title company's been open for almost 17 years. All I do is real estate and title work.
So you do contracts too, then?
Yeah. Well, I'll get to that. Basically, I actually teach the contract class for both the Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale Board of Realtors.
We have
I teach
a teacher?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I teach the contract class for the Miami Board of Realtors. I believe I'm the only attorney in South Florida who teaches for both boards of Realtors. I'm on the board of directors for the Palm Beach, Fort Lauderdale Board of Realtors. I'm on the board of directors of a group called NARPS, National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals, Fort Lauderdale branch. I'm on their board of directors. My contract class is actually approved by the state for 3 credits. For when realtors take my class, they get 3 continued education credits. And
how often do you do your classes?
Actually, all depends. We're always providing different types of training. Like tomorrow, we're doing a class on what's called FERPA. Next week, I'm doing, I believe, 3 contract classes. I do them also at real estate offices. So next week, we're doing 2 different real estate offices, one in Del Rey, one in Boca, and we're doing one for the Board of Realtors for the Miami Board next week. But we're always.
Do you want to give out any information on your classes that are coming up?
Well, tomorrow we're doing a class on FERPA. It's going to be at. We have an office on Los Olas at 401 Los Olas. It's going to be from 11 to 1. It's basically, FERPA is basically, when you're dealing with foreign national sellers. So
which a lot of people are now.
Yeah, it's really big down here.
Investors.
Exactly. So it's really big down here. I always get questions on that. So, as I said, we have a class on 1031 Exchange next month. We're always just trying to educate people, provide value to them, and just help them any way we can.
I know, because we've actually had people ask us, do you ever work on contracts for people who are leasing their house out?
Basically, all types of contracts.
Anything that has to do with real estate?
Anything that has to do with real estate. I'm fortunate enough that right now I am pretty busy, so even though I have the ability to do other types of work, that I just refer it out. But I just, truthfully focus on real estate.
So you're a real estate attorney now.
100% real estate attorney.
You do title work, which is really important. So tell people, what does a title company do?
Okay, well, title companies basically, I would say almost like, I guess you could say the quarterback of a transaction. Person usually will go to a realtor saying they want to see a property. Once they found a home they like, they will get pre-approved by a lender, put an offer once it's accepted. And it's under contract. The realtor may recommend a title company, which would be like us. They put us under contract. We're the ones. The first step would be, of course, holding escrow, the person who holds the deposit. Once we get a contract, our job is basically to kind of protect the buyer, to make sure they get clear title when they close. So the first thing we're going to do a title search and a city lien search. We check with the county, the city, the state. We look for open mortgages, IRS liens, code violations.
That's important.
And if anything does come up, we make sure that it's taken care of before closing, so that when they take over the property, that there are no issues. You know, the only thing on the property should be if they took out a mortgage, that should be the only thing. There shouldn't be anything from the past owners. And what we do is we provide what's called title insurance to them. So basically what we are as a title company, we're basically like an insurance agent for home buyers to protect their interests. So for instance, let's say they purchased a house that if someone 6 months down the road came back and said, we had a mortgage on the property and it wasn't paid at closing, the title insurance covers them. The title insurance basically is a one-time charge paid at closing, and it's for as long as they own the house. So even if 5 years down the road someone came and said, we had this lien on the property when you closed, it wasn't paid, it's covered. It's also title insurance. If they were to refinance, they actually get a discount on their closing costs. And yeah,
Must
so
be a lot of paperwork.
it is a lot of paperwork. Yeah.
So we are renters,
Mm-hmm.
and they sold the house that we were in. They said you've got to pay your electric, your utilities in full before it's clear title. We actually had, because it wasn't due yet, but we had to go pay the balance of the electric and the water.
Mm-hmm.
They said before they could sell it. Is that right?
Well, electric usually no, because see the electric it's kind of weird because with FP&L they kind of actually have a monopoly in Florida. So let's say the current owner was to move somewhere else in Florida, they're still going to get paid FP&L if there's an outstanding bill. But let's say, for instance, someone lives in Boca and now they sell the house, they're going to move to Hollywood. City of Boca is never going to collect that water bill.
Right.
So with the water bill, 100% we have to collect, because if not, the city will put a lien. FP&L doesn't put liens on properties, but the water, the city water, they do. But
So they were actually telling us the right
yeah, they were telling the truth. But also, I mean, if you had a current lease, I can't see how they could force you to do that, because technically the new buyer is supposed to assume, you know, if you have a current lease, you're making payments, the current buyer is supposed to, you know, assume you as a
I
tenant.
didn't care because we wanted to get our deposit
Yeah.
back. That was going to hold up our getting our deposit
Exactly.
back. So when someone, they can actually choose you. They don't have to go by what the real estate agent says.
The
for
tr- yeah,
title
the,
company.
yeah, the way it works is basically what industry standards is, which is kind of strange. In Dade and Broward County, the buyer picks the title company, the buyer pays for title insurance.
The buyer pays.
The
for it.
buyer.
Okay.
In Dade and Broward County. Like Palm Beach, let's say Boca Raton, the seller picks and pays,
Oh.
which is kind of strange. And pretty much the rest of the state of Florida, Orlando, Naples, the seller
Palm
picks
Beach
and
is different.
Well, I'm saying, no, other than Dade and Broward, the buyer picks and pays. Pretty much everywhere else in the state of Florida, the seller picks and pays.
Okay.
So, for instance, if we were marketing to clients in Boca, our best clients would be listing agents, because they're the ones who are going to, guide their, recommend to their clients who they should use. But so, for instance, in Broward County, most people do. They go by the recommendation of their realtor
Because
you
they
know.
don't
They don't
usually
know
anybody.
But if someone does know someone, they can use whoever they want. They can't be forced to use anybody. But generally, the majority of our business are referrals from realtors.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
we do try to
Listen, if you're looking for a title company, they can actually call you at 954-726-5580.
Correct.
Is that correct? And this is what's so nice about the show. You should feel really comfortable with the experts that are on our show, because you do not want to have a company that screws this up for you. Hey, we have a phone call.
Okay.
I think the first name is Wilson. Hi, Wilson.
Hey, how you doing?
Were you in Dennis the Menace? You're not Mr. Wilson, are you?
Yeah, Mr. Wilson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Wilson, how
Away
are
movie.
you?
Fine, thank you, Giovanni. I had a question. Who picked up the title company if you gone under contract?
Who picks?
Who picked up the title company and who paid the title company?
Well, that's
we're
that's
talking
basically
about.
what we're just talking about. So basically, pretty much in Dade and Broward, the buyer's going to pick and pay. Boca, the rest of the state, it's going to be the seller picking and paying. So
What's the price based on?
price is based on the sale price. So it's actually, title insurance is regulated by the state of Florida. So truthfully, every title company in Florida should have the same prices for it. What's different between different title companies, let's say the closing fees, some title companies may have junk fees, but the title insurance is supposed to be, the same everywhere. It's based on the sale price. I mean, the higher the sale
So
price.
it's regulated then by
Yeah,
the
it's
state?
regulated. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's basically the higher the sale price, the more it is. Like for instance, let's say a $400,000 house, it's $2,075.
Okay.
Let's just say a $200,000 house, it's $1,075. So the price does.
Not bad.
Yeah. So and
For
as I
the
said,
work you do.
and it's a one-time fee. It's not like homeowners insurance where they have to pay it every year. It's one time and that's it.
Do you see that some people are trying to sell their house, that it's in foreclosure?
Yeah. Well, even though it's in foreclosure, it's still no different than any other thing. We checked property. So if it was in foreclosure, we find out how much is owed to their lender. We get a payoff, make sure they're paid in full. If there's a foreclosure sale date, we make sure we either go to court, because I also do litigation, like foreclosure defense. So we would go to court, delay the foreclosure to give us time to sell the property, and the same thing when the new buyer takes over. Even though the seller was in foreclosure, they should have no issues because the lender was paid, the foreclosure date was stopped, and so in the same thing. And if there was something missed, the title insurance protects them.
As a real estate attorney, do you have to go into litigation?
Well, we do. Yeah,
You want to stay away from
we
it.
want to stay away from it. I mean, as a title company, something that comes up a lot is basically when two parties are fighting over the deposit. That happens a lot. Basically, either the buyer tries to cancel the contract and wants their deposit back, seller doesn't want to release it. So what happens if that occurs? We have to file what's called an interpleader action. We basically end up suing the buyer and the seller, and then we tell the judge, Your Honor, we're holding the money. They can't come to an agreement. We want you to decide. We want to put the money in the court. So we then put the money in the court, and then it'll be up to the judge to decide who's right or wrong, who deserves the money.
Tell everybody how they can reach you again.
The office number is 954-726-5580.
And you have a website, too.
Yeah, it's www.supremeclosings.com, closings with an S. And, we have an office in Boca, Davie, Las Olas, but we close anywhere in Florida. Like today, actually, I just got a contract for a property in Naples. We have offices we can use throughout the state of Florida. We have mobile notaries. So anywhere in the state of Florida, we can close.
I bet that Naples house is over 100,000.
I'm sure it is. I haven't looked at it yet, but I'm sure it is.
And we're going to go to a break. The name of the company is Supreme Title and Escrow. We're going to come back. God, we've got a lot of questions for the owner of the company, Giovanni Nicosia. We'll be right back.
Supreme Title and Escrow Incorporated is a full-service title insurance agency offering lenders, brokers, and real estate purchasers a complete range of residential and commercial real estate title and closing services throughout the state of Florida. They also offer a full spectrum of escrow services from builder escrows, bulk sales, commercial, land, industrial, resales, and refinance transactions. Whether you are purchasing your first home, refinancing, or closing a multi-million-dollar commercial transaction in Florida, their escrow staff is ready to make your transaction happen. At Supreme Title and Escrow, their primary role as your title, insurance, and escrow company is to perform the necessary steps before your real estate transaction is settled so that you do not encounter any problems after the transaction is closed. Contact Supreme Title and Escrow today as they recognize that any real estate transaction is a big monetary event in most people's life. Contact them at 954-726-5580. That's 954-726-5580.
Hey, on 1470, the sister station here, from 5 to 6. Another hour of experts. Today, I'm so excited because you've been asking us to bring in a real estate attorney, and we did not have an opening. So for the last year, all the people have been asking us to add a real estate show, especially on titles. it wasn't that we were not listening to you, it just didn't have an opening. We got an opening, which is rare on this show, and I feel like we got the best title company. It's called Supreme Title and Escrow. We have the owner, Giovanni, attorney Giovanni Nicosia. You deserve that. You paid your dues for that title. We're talking about titles. And in fact, if you'd like to call us, you can call us here at the station. Phone number here, 888-721-0074, 888-721-0074. If you're a realtor, this is a great company to send your clients to, Supreme Title and Escrow. We've talked about costs and who pays for it. Is it a good time to buy real estate now?
I personally think it is. I mean,
Investors don't care.
first it's Florida.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to live in Florida. The interest rates are low. I mean,
No state taxes.
no state taxes, exactly. And you hear about a lot of people moving to South Florida right now for that reason.
From New York?
I personally think it's a great time to buy.
Do you see a lot of New Yorkers coming here?
See from all over, yeah.
Yeah, but New York, the taxes are just insane.
Yeah.
And I mean, I was listening to Sean Hannity the other night, and he said after all of his taxes are paid, it's about 65%.
Yeah,
Come here to Florida.
exactly. Well, I mean, you're hearing about some companies doing that. They're moving down here, again, bringing their employees down here and everything.
I know, exactly. So this is a good time to buy. And, you know, I keep hearing about investors love Florida. I'm sorry, something. Okay. Arliss, I think he's saying Arliss is on the phone right now. Look, you got a big smile on your face. Hi, Arliss.
Hi, how are you?
Fine. Pronounce your name.
The Spanish way or the American way?
Whatever is the sexiest way.
Actually, it's Arelis.
Ooh. Well, anyway, thanks for calling Ask the Experts. Do you have a question for Giovanni?
Yes, I do. I have a question about FERPA. I deal with a lot of international investors, and one of them asked me yesterday to go ahead and put one of his properties on the market. The property is under 300, and I don't understand the whole FERPA concept, and that's what I'm calling. The property is under 300,000. He is a foreign owner, so the seller will be foreign, but the buyer will buy the property. The offer that we received is going to be his primary residence. Is the seller subject to a FERPA?
Okay, thank you for calling, Arelis. Basically, with regards to FERPA is basically what it is as a title company, when a sale happens with a foreign national seller, we're supposed to hold back 15% of the gross sales price.
Why?
To make sure they pay their taxes. What the IRS is worried about is, let's say the person sells their home, let's say they're from Brazil, they go back to Brazil and never pay the taxes. So we're supposed to hold back the money to make sure they do their taxes. But it's not like let's say, for instance, let's say we held back $40,000. It's not like the IRS gets the whole $40,000 and keeps it. The person would do their taxes. Let's say their taxes turn out to be $5,000. IRS would get $5,000, and the person would get back the $35,000.
Oh, they get it back.
Yeah, it's just to force them to do their taxes. Okay.
But is it put in an escrow?
We're allowed to hold it for 20 days, and then we have to send it to IRS. But like what we always recommend the person to do is to kind of get an account right away to start working on it. So hopefully by the time of closing, we have an idea of what's owed, and it can be resolved right away.
Do that first, before you buy the house.
No, it doesn't affect. Well, this is from the seller's money.
Okay.
So this is only with foreign sellers. If it's a foreign buyer, this doesn't apply. Only to foreign sellers. So, but there's actually an exception, which is kind of what she was talking about. If the sale price is under $300,000 and the buyer is going to live in the property, we don't have to hold back money.
Okay.
I mean, to me, truthfully, it makes no sense. But it's an actual IRS code. And so, for instance, let's say you did have a foreign national seller and the sale price is $275,000. The best bet is to find an individual who's going to live in the property, so you don't have to deal with the tax issue. But if, let's say, it's another foreign national buying it, or let's say it's a corporation buying the property, then we have to hold back 15%. Even if the sale price is $100,000, if the buyer's not going to live in the property, and 15% of 100,000,
Yeah.
15,000 right there.
That's right.
So if there's a way you can avoid having to deal with it,
Is there?
yeah, by finding a buyer under 300,000 and finding a buyer who's going to live in the property.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I tell you what, when does that answer your question?
Yes, that's what my dad was. I didn't know if there was an exception to the FERPA withholding. So,
Yes.
Great
yes,
question.
that did answer my question.
Thank you. And I got to practice learning how to say your name.
I love her name.
Maybe next time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So, when we were renting the people who owned our house was renting, we had so many people coming in, taking pictures for people out of the country.
Oh, yeah.
Out of not just out of the country, out of the state.
Yeah.
I'll bet you there was at least 25 people. I did not realize the market is that big. This was in Coral Springs. That it was that big, that there's that many people looking for a property outside the state.
I mean, if the house is priced right, it's going to sell. I mean, of course, if it's overpriced, it's going to sit there. So if it's priced right, you're going to get a lot of people. You're going to get a lot of action on the
But
property.
they weren't even people who they were all taking pictures.
Oh, that's what happens. You get people coming to see the property, going on FaceTime, showing the people what it looks like. Now with the videos and everything like that.
Do we have to worry about you remember in 2007? There was a big crash there. Do we have to worry about that?
Me personally, I don't think so because I just see different types of buyers now. Back then, it was like, I have no job, no money, no credit. How much do you want to borrow?
Yes, I remember that. Fannie Mae did that.
But it was just so easy to get a loan. They didn't check anything. You could just be right out of bankruptcy and get another loan. And now it's either cash buyers or to get a loan, they have to go through everything. So of course, everyone's going to have hardships. You may be going through divorce, illness.
Right.
So there are many things in life that happen that cause you not to be able to make payment, loss of job. But generally, people who are buying houses now really are proven that they could really, truly afford the house. And if they can't, they're not getting those loans. So I truly see, it's the regulation, just more stricter. So I don't think, it's going to, I don't think nothing like that can happen again.
We have another call.
Okay.
This is your first show, bro.
Sounds good.
Wow. Hi, Carla.
Hi.
Do you have a question for Giovanni?
Yes, sure.
Yeah, sure.
If in a sales contract it says 3 days for escrow, it is business days or calendar days?
Well, with the as-is contract, everything is calendar days. So when you're counting, you do count Saturdays, Sundays,
If
legal
it's
holidays.
Friday,
Well, that's what I'm
if
saying.
it's
But
Friday, the effective day.
so if the effective day was Friday, day 1 would be Saturday, day 2 Sunday, and day 3 would be Monday. So you would have to money to put the deposit in. But now let's say the last day ended on a Saturday, Sunday, then you go to next business day, 5 p.m.
Ah, okay.
So-
Thank you so much.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Carla. Wow, you already got a fan club.
Okay.
First show. Tell me, now, you do other things besides title work. What all does your firm do?
Well, we do foreclosure.
You're a real estate attorney.
Yeah, as I said, like I was mentioned, luckily my practice is, we're, pretty busy with the real estate closings, which I love doing because especially right now, like we were just talking about when the market was bad, we were doing a lot of short sales where people were selling the house for less than it was worth. We still do that, but it wasn't really a happy time. People were losing their houses.
Right.
Foreclosure
was huge.
It wasn't a happy time doing closings, truthfully. Now it really is. It's like people, first-time home buyers, people are making money on their closings.
You don't even hear the word loan modification
No.
anymore.
So it's a completely, so as I said, I truly I love what I do, and I'm fortunate enough that
obvious.
that's all I really need to do. But we still do foreclosure defense, so it's not as much as we used to. But we also do short sale negotiations, so if a person does need to sell the house for less than so, we're able to do that as well. And I'd say those are the main things. Pretty much everything else, even though I'm able to do it, I have a
I'm going to put you on the spot.
yeah, I have a good network of people. It's like I have an eviction. I could do evictions. I have a lady. That's all she does. So I'd rather refer it to her, and she'll take care of my clients.
Why should I hire you?
Why?
Retain your company to do the title work?
One, I think we have an amazing reputation. I mean, we're not a fly-by-night company. Like right now, you're seeing companies open up left and right. Just like when the market crashed, they closed left and right, and we went through the good times, we went through the bad times, and I think good and bad, we're going to be there. I think we provide amazing customer service. As I said, in Florida, you do not have to be an attorney to own a title company. We are attorney owed, so if issues do come up,
big difference.
yeah, because there's issues. Maybe documents have to be drafted, extensions, or they're arguing about something or whatever. So, and they're technically getting attorney representation at no additional charge, and just basically me personally, I'm available for my clients 7 days a week. Whether it's night, weekends, whatever it is, if they need assistance, I'm there for them. So, it's
Well, I told you it goes by fast.
Yeah.
So you're going to be back again with us next month.
Okay.
The name of the company is Supreme Title and Escrow. You can reach Giovanni at 954-726-5580. Again, he'll be back with us next month. And stay tuned. We're going to come back. We've got another show for the next half hour. We'll be right back.
okay. Thank you.
Supreme Title and Escrow Incorporated is a full-service title insurance agency offering lenders, brokers, and real estate purchasers a complete range of residential and commercial real estate title and closing services throughout the state of Florida. They also offer a full spectrum of escrow services from builder escrows, bulk sales, commercial, land, industrial, resales, and refinance transactions. Whether you are purchasing your first home, refinancing, or closing a multi-million-dollar commercial transaction in Florida, their escrow staff is ready to make
565-1470. And now, here's Norm.